surrender as we speak.
Yeah.
How come?
Because I have nothing to hide. Like, I have nothing to run from.
Did you do it? Did you shoot this man? Did you commit the other crimes of which you're accused?
No.
By the time The Voice walked into an Atlanta courtroom in 2019, the headlines were already written.
Him to go to trial. Channel 2's anchor Lori Wilson is live near where the shooting happened, near the Varsity, and Lori, police say they have video evidence in this case.
Attempted murder, robbery, criminal street gang activity. Prosecutors claimed they had surveillance video, witnesses, and ballistics linking him to the scene.
Order to build their case against Lil Durk and his co-defendant. On Friday, detectives from Atlanta and Chicago testified in the criminal case against rapper Lil Durk in Fulton County Court.
But this wasn't just another rapper in trouble. This was years of street life, music, and loyalty all colliding in one moment.
They were hanging out. They went to a studio to make music.
The rapper and Bennett listened to the evidence against them in court. Police told the judge later that night the victim, Banks, Bennett, and others went to a nightclub, a gas station, and ended up in the parking lot of the Varsity. That's when Weatherspoon said he was robbed and shot. Police say Banks was seen on tape shooting a gun.
You see Mr. Banks' arm out the window firing several shots at the victim, towards the victim.
Banks' attorney says this is a celebrity witch hunt. Prosecutor charging this wasn't just a robbery and shooting, but gang activity. She put a Chicago detective on the stand to testify that Banks and Bennett are members of Chicago gangs.
Is it possible to continue your affiliation and even commit crimes when you move out of Chicago if you're in a different city or a different area?
Yes, ma'am.
Before he was The Voice, he was Durk Derrick Banks, born October 19, 1992, in Chicago's Englewood neighborhood. When Durk was just a toddler, his father, Dante Banks, was sentenced to life in prison on federal drug charges. That left his mother to raise him and his siblings in one of America's most dangerous zip codes.
This morning, there's a heavy police presence near 56th and Ada in Chicago's West Englewood neighborhood.
This was the 90s in Englewood. Poverty, gang wars, and no real way out, unless you made one. Durk found his escape in two things: basketball courts and a cheap home studio setup that let him tell his own story before anyone else could. By 2011, Chicago drill music was about to explode. Chief Keef had just kicked the door open with a raw, unfiltered sound that turned street life into national headlines. Durk wasn't just watching, he was next in line. He dropped L's Anthem, a gritty love letter to his block, and followed it with Dis Ain't What You Want, a track that turned his name into a warning. Around the same time, he founded OTF, Only the Family, part rap crew, part brotherhood, and for some, part of the Black Disciples' long reach through Chicago. Online, Durk was the rising voice of the South Side. On the streets, his fame was making him a target.
Chicago, Illinois, man. Lil Durk, Englewood area, whole city, man. I said OTF stand for Only the Family, man. 300 just part of our movement, man.
That's what it is. That's what it is, man.
Boy, it's crazy out here. That's why they call it Chirac.
Chirac. What it is, man. Now, who all with the OTF movement? Because there's a lot of y'all, but who all is in actually with the OTF movement?
OTF, a lot of us. I'm saying, we all together.
That's what it is,
We
man.
go to shows, we out here, man. OTF. Shout
One.
out OTF, Laron, 64th and Normal, Old Block, Dog Pound. Shout out to all the sets, man.
But success in Chicago's drill scene came with a price. The same street ties that gave Durk his authenticity also had him on the radar of the Chicago Police Department. In October 2011, officers pulled him over and found a loaded .40 caliber pistol. At just 19 years old, he was arrested on a felony weapons charge, his first taste of how quickly it could all be taken away. Durk would spend weeks behind bars before posting bond, stepping out to a city where his name was bigger than ever. And so was the danger. In 2012, Lil Durk signed a deal with Def Jam, the kind of break every Chicago rapper dreamed of. He dropped mixtapes that racked up millions of plays, hit the road for tours, and started building the foundation for OTF as a brand. But Chicago wasn't letting go. The war between gangs was spilling into music, and every lyric, every Instagram post, every show was being watched, not just by fans, but by rivals and police. Durk was gaining fame faster than almost anyone in the drill scene. But he was also building a list of enemies and a police file thicker than a mixtape stack.
And my little niggas hungry.
February 5th, 2019, Atlanta, Georgia. It's just before sunrise outside the Varsity, a famous late-night burger spot. According to prosecutors, Lil Durk, The Voice, and fellow rapper King Von were sitting in a Jeep when they spotted a man they knew. Minutes later, gunfire erupted. The victim was shot in the leg, robbed, and left bleeding on the pavement. Investigators say surveillance footage showed Durk firing a weapon before speeding away. For months, the case stayed quiet, until May 29th, when an arrest warrant dropped. The next day, Lil Durk walked into an Atlanta police station, cameras waiting, and turned himself in. Facing 5 felony charges, including attempted murder, Lil Durk was staring down decades behind bars. His bond was set at $250,000, and until it was paid, he sat in jail while his lawyers fought for his release. When he finally walked out, the conditions were strict: house arrest, ankle monitor, and a travel ban that kept him locked to a schedule tighter than any tour date. For the next 3 years, the case hung over him. Every interview, every show, every post, fans wanted to know if The Voice was headed back to prison. Then, in August 2022, the surprise came. Prosecutors quietly dropped all charges, citing a lack of evidence. Durk was free. But after years of legal battles, violence, and loss, freedom didn't feel like the ending, just another chapter.
Hey.
Plug talk.
You're looking at the
you understand how the fuck my plug talk.
Ooh, you know I got it.
Brought to you by Daily Plug.
Yeah.